This class is a whole body feel-good flow where we'll introduce some of the poses that we learned in the asana section, and we'll use breath as a guide to bring us deeper into our bodies. Let's start in a kneeling position. Grab yourself 2 blocks, especially if you're new. And if you don't have blocks, it's okay. Grab yourself some books that you can stack or some shoe boxes or any prop that can act to give you some assistance as we progress through. So in a kneeling position, relax your hands, palms down to ground or up to receive. Close your eyes. And bring your awareness into the sensations of the next inhale and the next exhale. And anytime your mind starts to deviate or plan or reminisce, experiment with just how fully you can immerse your awareness into the sensations of breath. The inhale travels up through your body in a cleansing motion. The exhaling is a breathing down, a clearing out of anything you'd like to let go of. Let's establish a rhythmical flow as we inhale for a count of 5 and exhale for a count of 5. And this rhythm is something that we'll refer back to throughout the class. And I love to keep a count of our rhythm as we move because it really gives us great deep insight into how we're feeling internally. If you're comfortable with the Ujjayi breath, inhale through both nostrils and exhaling, feeling your throat contract. So blinking open the eyes, let's move into a 4-point kneeling position. Grounding the hands and the knees. Squeezing the finger pads and hugging the hands towards each other. Just check that your knees are hips width apart and directly under your hips. We'll start with some spinal mobility, the cat-cow position. So first step, let your belly drop. Feel your bum widen up towards the ceiling. Literally feel your seat bones stretch apart. Start to articulate through the spine. And what I love to imagine here is that there's a hot stone between my shoulder blades. It's literally melting your heart forward in the chest. As you exhale, squeeze your glutes, your bum muscles. Squeeze them towards the back of the knees. Really draw your navel towards your sternum as you lift and stretch the back of your heart towards the ceiling. Now see if we can sync this with our rhythmical flow of breath. Inhale, take the full count. Exhale, squeeze the bum muscles to the back of the knees. Curl your tailbone and stretch through the back of your heart. Full count as we inhale. Exhale, rounding. From here, bring your big toes to touch. Widen your knees a little and let's sink the seat bones back into a child's pose. Now in this position, it might be helpful for you to cross the arms to ground and support your forehead. Some people need more kind of fist on fist, or if it's comfortable for you to do so, relax and ground the center of your forehead into the earth. In this position, let's take a scan of your body, scanning your awareness through your muscles and your joints, searching for any areas that are gripping or tightening or tensing more than they need to. Take an inhale into these sensations. And exhale, help them to breathe down and out of your body. On the next inhale, gaze forward and let's crawl our fingers to the right side. So we get a deeper left side body stretch, stretching from the left seat bones to the left fingers. Feel the left side really stretch open. Take an inhale, see if you can inflate both sides of your body evenly. And exhale to let something go. On the next inhale, gaze forward and let's crawl to the opposite side. Surrender your head between the arms and deepen your right side body stretch from the fingers to the seat bone, using your breath to bring your awareness deeper inside. Feel it circulate and exhale to let something go. On the next inhale, let's gaze forward and walk our hands back onto the mat. Now let's bring the hips up and prep the downward facing dog position. So we're going to walk the hands slightly forward. Squeeze the finger pads, root into the four corners of your hands, then hug the hands together. Now in the asana section, we spoke about externally wrapping the upper arms in this downward dog position. So think of a corkscrew. You're screwing your hands outwardly and then plug and hug those hands towards each other. Let's tuck our toes and then energetically push forward and down with the hands as you pick the knees and the hips up. It's okay to keep the heels lifted. It's okay to bend the knees. What I'd like you to work on firstly is encouraging the upper body to stretch between the arms. Then think about widening the bum up towards the ceiling and melting the back of your heart forward. Let's pedal the knees and the feet, ironing out and stretching out the tension of the day. Take a little pedal, stretching the right heel down, bending the left knee, stretching the left heel down and bending the right knee. And then from here, find stillness in your pose. Let's assess the rhythm of breath. On the next inhale, press into the right foot so much so the left foot wants to lift and place it forward and down. Push from the left buttock to the left foot to pick the right foot up. And like it's your first time placing the right foot on the floor, feel the sensations as it connects. So notice how we really get a chance to feel into our bodies when we move slow, giving our bodies time to connect. Then when your feet are hips width apart, take a little bend in the knees and allow your head to lower into a ragdoll position. Now, if you're having a difficult time holding the floor, take your blocks, okay, to give you a little bit of support, or maybe take your hands to your lower legs and shins. A lot of people would keep their spine quite active here and look forward. If you feel you're doing that today, just challenge yourself to let the head fully go and feel that whole back body stretch, especially the nerve tissue here. It's really lengthening and stretching. Take an inhale to assess the rhythm, the flow of your breath. Inhaling for 5. Exhaling for 5. And then from here, push into the feet. Feel your roots connect. Engage through the core. Really push down as you start to roll and articulate slowly up through the spine. I love these Jefferson Rolls to articulate the spine as we roll up. Slowly taking your gaze forward. On the next inhale, take your full count to slowly sweep the hands up. Gaze up as the palms come to touch. And use your full exhale to draw the thumbs to your heart. Now you might be noticing by now how the rhythm of your breath adapts and changes. It might quicken when we feel like we're under a little bit of pressure. And when we're calm and relaxed, it tends to settle and slow. So let's try and see if we can connect with that and bring our awareness to the rhythm and the flow of breath as we progress. On the next inhale, grip your feet into the floor, sweep the hands up, gazing up as the palms touch. Exhale, we're going to bend the knees. Stretch your bum back and slowly forward fold. Fingers either to the floor, to the shins, or to your blocks. Inhale, let's take a halfway lift. So we're aligning the center of our brain with the center of our hearts and the center of the pelvis. And as you exhale, let's engage the core and again, lower the head down into a ragdoll. Inhale, halfway lift. Now fingers to the floor or to the blocks at this point, especially if you're new. We're going to press into the earth with the left foot, so much so the right foot wants to lift. Let's sweep it up and back. So feeling energy from your toes drawing in through your shin, plugging your thigh bone into the core of the pelvis. So feel an energetic pull from your toes, plugging into the midline, fully integrating and connecting that leg to the center so it doesn't feel heavy. Take an inhale, breathe length through the body. Stay with me. Feel those sensations and heat. And as you exhale, let's bend the left knee as we slow motion lower the right foot back to the floor. Good work. From here, feel your roots, feel your feet connect with the floor, and slowly lower the right kneecap to the floor. From here, you can take your blocks with you, maybe come to the high point. Bring your shoulders over your hips. Now, a lot of people that are adjusting into this low lunge stretch where we glide the pelvis forward will complain of kneecap pain. It's very common. So if that's you, a nice tip would be to fold your mat to apply a little bit of extra cushioning under your kneecap. Maybe grab yourself a cushion and pop it under the kneecap. I sometimes love to do that. Or what I now do is tuck my toes firmly. That kind of contracts my shin muscles and gives my kneecap more support. So try those few options, okay, and see if you can find some ease in this position. Square the hips and coax the pelvis forward. What we're aiming to feel here is, yes, a nice stretch in the left hip, but more so a stretching effect on the right hip flexors or front of your thigh. Notice when you edge deeper into that stretch, does that influence the rhythm of your breath? Does it quicken? Does the body register that as something it needs to protect and resist against? And if so, let's breathe into where you feel those deep sensations. And exhale, tell it it's okay. Encourage it to soften. Allow it to glide forward. On the next inhale, let's sweep the hands up, gazing up as the palms come to touch. And as you exhale, lower the hands back to your blocks. Start to glide your pelvis back towards the back foot. And now we're going to edge the left heel forward, flexing the foot. Okay, so the aim of this stretch is to stretch the hamstrings, the back of your left thigh. Now, when I first started doing this, I started doing it quite asymmetrically. My left hip liked to kind of peek forward, and it took me a while to realize, I'm training imbalanced patterns into my body. So if you're starting, this is your first time feeling this, try to aim to square your hips. So what I like to think about is that there's a spirit level going through my hips. That's nice and level. So nudging that left hip back into the socket. You can even use your hand to coax it back. It's okay to have the left knee a little bit bent, okay? Especially as we're taking time to encourage our hamstrings to lengthen and stretch. Flex the toes towards your knee. Now feel those yummy sensations. I know you're probably saying, Niamh, they are not yummy. But regardless, let's inhale into what you feel. Really encouraging, supportive, nourishing breath. And as you exhale, let's let something go. See if we can sink a layer deeper. Really challenging yourself to inhale for a count of 5, even when the breath wants to quicken. And exhale, sink. Good work. From here, let's re-bend the left knee. So here we have the knee over the heel. I'm going to move my blocks forward for a moment. Tuck the toe behind. So if you remember in the energetic section at the start of the course, we want to magnetize our feet together, draw energy from the periphery into the center to find stability. So imagine there's 2 magnets, one magnet on your left foot, one magnet on your right foot, and those magnets are drawing towards each other. Feel the difference when you fire up the leg muscles and create stability. Take your hands to your chest. This is a challenging one. So we're going from low lunge. Take an inhale, magnetize your feet. And as you exhale, push into the left foot and pick that right knee up. Crescent lunge. Magnetize the feet, squeeze the groin muscles towards each other, and assess the rhythm, the flow of your next inhale. And the next exhale. From here, we're going to turn the back right heel to land on the floor. Okay, here we come to Warrior 2. We're looking to see that we have a heel arch alignment. We are internally rotating your back right hip and externally rotating the front left hip. So what that means is if you place your hand to the outer knee and push out into the hand, feel the difference in sensations in your groins. Magnetize the feet towards each other, feel the legs activate. Now let's sweep the hands wide, energetically drawing from your fingers, plugging the arms into the base of your heart. Take an inhale to expand in all directions. As you exhale, take the back right hand onto your right thigh, flip the left palm, and sweep the left hand overhead for reverse warrior. Take a deep, nourishing inhale to extend. And as you exhale, let's bend that left knee. Place the left hand to the outer side of the left foot. Turn the back right heel to face the ceiling. Now this is sometimes a tricky transition for beginners. We are going to push our hands into the floor to take that left foot back. Now if that's very challenging for you, just come to the tips of the left fingers and I'd like you to wiggle or walk that left foot back beside the right. Re-anchor your hands into the floor. Stretch the hips up to the ceiling and take a deep, nourishing inhale in your downward dog position. Exhale to let something go. From here, slowly, let's drop to the knees, widen the legs, big toes touch. Take your child's pose. Straight away, instead of giving your mind a chance to wander or drift off your mat out of this present moment, immerse yourself in the sensations of your next inhale. Feel your breath. Allow it guide you internally. Exhale, open your mouth, take a cleansing sigh. Let's gaze forward. Re-anchor your hands into the earth. Tuck your toes. Squeeze your finger pads, hug your hands towards each other, and externally wrap those upper arms. Push the hands forward and down and pick the hips up, downward facing dog. Let's re-establish our Ujjayi rhythmical flow, inhaling for 5 Exhaling for 5. On the next inhale, push into the right foot, so much so the left foot wants to lift. Step it forward and feel it connect. Push from the left buttock into the left foot, pick the right foot up and feel it touch. Slowly walking forward until your feet are hips width apart. Inhale, halfway lift. So we're actually activating our back muscles here. So you want to rise up enough so your spine is straight. And then as you exhale, we flex. We let ourselves fold. So 2 different spinal motions. On the next inhale, push into the feet. Feel the roots connect. Ragdoll, let the head be heavy. And express that articulation through the spine as you stand. As you inhale, take your full breath, even when the breath wants to quicken. Gazing up as the palms come to touch. Exhaling to the heart. Inhaling, sweep your hands up. Exhaling, hands to the heart, widen the bum and slowly fold it forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take your hands to the floor or find your blocks. This time, push into the right foot, so much so the left foot wants to lift up and back. Feel energy from your toes, draw energetically through your shin, through your femur, and plugging the hip into the core of the pelvis. Take an inhale to create length, grow, extend in all directions. And as you exhale through the bend of the right knee, not the lowering of the limb, keep connection. Let slow motion lower the toes to the floor. From here, let's slowly lower the left knee to land. Now let's walk the feet hips width apart. Take a chance to feel your roots. Feel the feet connect with the earth underneath you. Magnetize your feet towards each other. Feel the leg muscles fire. And now let's take the shoulders over the hips. From here, allow yourself to glide forward. Feel the stretch in the left hip flexor this time. Square the hips. Watch any subtle little deviations or imbalances. Take an inhale. Feel your breath circulate. Deepen its rhythm. And as you exhale, calmly, slowly let something go. On the next inhale, let's challenge your balance. Magnetize the feet, squeeze the groin muscles towards each other. And let's inhale, sweep those hands up. Gaze up as the palms come to touch. Calm your breath here. And as you exhale, let's lower the hands down to find your blocks again. Let's glide your pelvis back and walk the right heel forward, flexing the toes. And straight away, square the hips. Think about that spirit level. Take an inhale. See if you can follow these 2 cues. Widen the bum back. So it's like your bum and your seat bones want to stretch back, but your heart, especially the back of your heart, is saying, no, let's nudge forward. So if you can feel those 2 counter actions, can you feel how you gain more length through the spine? A lot of people in this half split position will round their back. But in a sense, what that's doing is it's bringing the seat bone closer to the knee. So we're actually shortening the hamstring muscles. We want to widen the seat bones back to create more length and spaciousness. You should feel this a bit more. So take an inhale into the sensations. Think about touching, nudging, or even kissing them with your next inhale. And exhale, can you soften a layer deeper? On the next inhale, let's re-bend the right knee, heel, directly under your knee. Tuck the toe behind and take your hands to the heart. Magnetize your feet, cultivate stability in the body. Take an inhale And as you exhale, let's try this. Push into the right foot, pick the left knee up. Straight away, magnetize. Create that strength in your legs. Take an inhale, bravely breathe into all edges of your body. And as you exhale, the back left heel turns to ground and anchor to the earth. Let's work out our distancing here. We're creating a heel arch alignment. So look at your front right heel. See if it's in a direct line with your back left arch. The back left toes are going to turn slightly in, so into kind of a 45-degree angle. Then we're going to coax and nudge the right knee forward. Now with Warrior 2, a lot of people tend to look a little like this, a little heavy in the back hip. So can you take your fingers to your hip crease and coax the hip forward? It's kind of like we're side gliding the pelvis towards the front of the mat. Align the body, knit the ribs, elongate through your spine, and as you inhale, sweep those hands wide. From here, as you exhale, magnetize the feet together. Energetically draw from your fingers towards the back of your heart. As you inhale, lower the left hand to the back left thigh. Turn the right palm to face the ceiling. And let's sweep the right palm overhead. Reverse warrior. Take a deep, nourishing inhale. Feel your breath circulate. And as you exhale, let's windmill those hands all the way back to frame the front right foot. Here we turn the back left heel to the ceiling. Push strongly into the floor and slowly walk that right leg back. Downward facing dog. Reaffirm the connection with the earth. Take a deep, nourishing inhale. Assess your flow. And as you exhale, let's slowly lower the knees to land. Toes touch, widen the knees. Lower into a well-earned child's pose. Straight away, drop your awareness into the next inhale. Especially when your mind wants to deviate and wander, immerse it in the next exhale. On the next inhale, let's walk the hands back. Turn and lower the seat bones onto the mat. And let's walk the feet forward. Flex the feet. Feet are hips width apart. In this forward fold position, very often, I certainly have done it in the past, and I would notice it with beginners, we tend to round and slouch the spine forward to give us that perception of getting deeper into the pose. But what I would like you to start by doing is become aware of the anatomy of the hamstrings. The hamstrings go from the seat bones to just beneath the knee. So if we are rolling back on our pelvis, we're actually shortening that line. So what we really want to try and do is widen the bum back. So try bending the knees a touch. Think about really widening the bum back. See if you could nudge the lower back forward. Feels different already, I'm sure. We're going to try and keep the spine nice and long, nudging the back of the heart forward. Take a deep, nourishing inhale to grow tall. As you exhale, engage the core muscles. And let's sink down to fold. Every inhale, grow tall through the spine. Think about widening the bum back. And exhale to let something go. Take one more breath into those deep sensations. Encourage your breath to lengthen, to deepen. And as you exhale, slow down the rhythm of the out-breath. On the next inhale, let's bend the knees, sweep the hands forward. If your back is a little sensitive, you can crawl your fingers down your thighs, or let's challenge the core together. Take an inhale. Think, reach the fingers forward as you exhale. Swallow up through the pelvic floor, ignite your core muscles, And slowly, let's roll it back together. Keep thinking forward with the fingers as we slowly, slowly, slowly lower the heart to the floor. From here, spread your shoulder blades wide, anchoring the back of the heart into the mat. Likewise, spread the seat bones, spread your bum muscles, your glutes, to anchor the back of your pelvis into the mat. Allow your feet to walk out as wide as they feel comfortable. Allow your feet to fall. Relax your hands to the sides of your mat, turning the palms up to receive. This is called Savasana or corpse pose. So in a yoga practice, we work quite physically to de-tension the body. And this to me is the best bit, the final few moments of deep relaxation where we get to de-tension the mind. But admittedly, this can be a very challenging task for most yogis. So if you're struggling or battling with this at the moment, instead of allowing your mind to wander, can you instead give it a task? Funnel and immerse your full awareness into the sensations of the next inhale. Feel it circulate through your nostrils, feel it enter your body. And immerse your full awareness into the sensations of your next exhale. I'm going to leave you in silence just for a few short moments. Every time your mind starts to wander, instead of being hard on yourself, celebrate the fact that you have observed and acknowledged that, and bring your awareness back to the present moment and enjoy your Savasana. And slowly beginning to bring your awareness back by wiggling the fingers and the toes, circling the hands and the feet. Let's bend the knees in. And if it feels inviting for you, you can take both knees and give yourself a well-earned hug. If it's your first hug of the day, make it a really good one. And from here, relax the feet back down to the floor. Let's roll on to the side and help yourself up into a cross-legged sitting position. I prefer to keep my eyes closed for this. Bring your feet back into a cross-legged position. And let's really anchor into our seat bones and grow tall through the spine. For one final time together, let's use our breath as a guide. We're going to take a sip of air into the base of our lungs. So inhale through both nostrils. At the end of the inhale, hold your breath. Try to soften through that breath retention. And again, take another little sip of air in through both nostrils. And again, hold your breath. Soften your jaw, your forehead, your eyes. And then from here, open your mouth and take a clearing sigh. Take your hands to press at your heart center. Lift your heart a little towards your brain and humble your brain a little towards your heart. And namaste. Namaste to you. So well done for finishing your very first flow with me. I hope you really enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you back on the mat again soon. Bye.